Okay, guys, I don't know even where to start, and there are so many wrong things that happened in the recent few days, so many things to rant about, to discuss. Well, let's start with Emergency Act. It's like something that's on top of everything today. Well, first of all, you could see that he lies. Like, he spoke publicly saying that he consulting the premiers and everything as a responsible government, he decided to invoke this Emergency Act, something that I don't think any democratic country did in the last tens of years. Well, at least not in 50 years in Canada. Well, it's a lie. It's just basic, clear lie, because he didn't consult the premiers. He informed the premiers, and you could see that more than half of the premiers are against it, including Ontario Premier Dragford. They think that it's unnecessary and it's too much power to give to federal government, and it shouldn't happen. So he lied about consulting the premiers. He decided and informed the premiers. He promised them that they won't do it in Quebec, that they won't do it in Alberta, blah, blah, blah. But he basically decided it. And he bought his own support. Like, for example, Chrystia Freeland didn't say anything all this time about the convoy. She actually avoided to speak about convoy. And when suddenly we saw her during the announcement that she was there, behind his back, supporting him, yeah, he just decided that he's going to give $500 million to Ukraine, because she's Ukrainian, her roots and so on, and she's promoting this help to Ukraine. Again, for clarifications, I do feel that Ukraine needs help. I do feel that what Russia does is wrong, and I do believe that every country in the world should help Ukraine with weapons, with money, and so on, with instructions. But first he said about $8 million, and suddenly it went so much higher. And then he got support of Chrystia Freeland. But let's continue. So Emergency Act, I heard the radio today morning, and they were speaking about what exactly does it give to Trudeau. So fines $5,000 if you have your kid with you during the protest. So let's see. So these protesters, they left homes and they went to protest in Ottawa. If they didn't have any arrangements for their kids, like family and so on, they didn't know how long it will take. They didn't want to leave their kids for weeks, so they took them with them. So having your kid during the protest for what you believe is for freedom of our country, now you can have $5,000 fine or 5 years in jail. And how exactly does he think about kids here? So he prefers kid to stay 5 years without his father because he's in jail or something? Like, I don't really understand how responsible it is and how he's thinking about kids, because this is what he's saying. Oh, I'm just worried about the kids. Well, you should worry about your own kids to begin with. Yes, so stop interfering with people's lives and people's families. Next one is, if you will bring food or fuel, but the funny thing is, if you will bring food to hungry trucker that is in protest, you can get $5,000 fine. Crazy, right? Like, it's crazy. Just to understand what it says, like, bring the hot dog to trucker and get $5,000 fine. This is the Emergency Act. Now, freezing the bank accounts. So free country. I decided, for example, to donate money to let's say I decided to donate money to Liberal Party. So some people may say, okay, today Liberal Party promoting dictatorship. Freeze the accounts that donating to Liberal Party, because they are basically dictators. It's the same like to say that somebody donated to truckers to protest, they are criminals and you need to freeze their accounts. But it's my money. It's my money, that I got from working hard. I paid all my taxes. I earned my money. I put it in bank account that's supposed to be mine. And you are freezing it. They are freezing trackers' accounts with their own money, not government's money, not somebody else's money, not illegal money, not criminal, nothing, not money laundering, nothing. They are freezing trackers' accounts. We are in democratic state, yes, basically. So how can it be that you are freezing trackers' accounts? It's their money. What right do you have to freeze it? They decided to go to protest basically to invoke their right for freedom and their right to protest. And you are freezing their accounts, so they won't be able to pay bills, they will lose houses, and they won't be able to buy food. Seriously? Canada or China? I mean, how can it be? Like, you need to prove that it's terrorist organization that we are donating to. Well, we all know that it's not terrorist organization. Yes, they did caught some arms. They didn't say, not the people that they arrested with arms, not did they have a license for having arms or something. Nothing. Honestly, maybe it's even a lie. Maybe they just put some arms together, took some pictures, nice pictures. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, because if the government is lying, they can lie about everything. And we just saw that he lied about consulting for premiers, which he didn't. So if he lies about something, he can lie about everything. So from my perspective, it could be simple provocation. Maybe it wasn't. Like, I don't know the facts, because nobody knows the facts. All we know is what they show us. It could be simple provocation, or it could be actually people with arms and with license to have these arms. So yeah, they had it in the car, so what? Did they use it? Based on what you're saying, if they are terrorists and they had the arms ready to use, they would use it on police officers, no? Like, otherwise, what's the point to have arms in the car? So all this kind of not making any sense. This is why I'm actually more inclined to think that it's provocation, to show that, oh, they are terrorists, let's freeze them. And again, if you are finding one terrorist, you are not freezing accounts for all town, like all city. You see what I mean? Like, so you have two terrorists in city. Does it mean that you should freeze all the accounts in the city because maybe somebody sent him e-transfer for some product that he sold on Kijiji or something? Oh, freeze all the accounts because two people are terrorists. Okay, so emergency act, it's just another option for him to grab the power. I don't even understand how he thinks he will proceed with it. Like, even today, only 16% support him for everything, because he actually got us into this mess. He could easily solve it even before it started. He decided, because of his ego and him not being very smart, he decided to do what he did, and he brought us to all this mess from the beginning. Now he's trying desperately to hold into this power, and he's not letting it go. Like, today, if he would do elections today, he would lose, and he knows it for sure. Like, somebody would vote for him, like 16-20%. This is it. He would lose half of his seats, and he knows it. This is why he bought NDP. He promised them whatever they want, just so they will support him. Same with Bloc. If Bloc will support him, it's probably they got a lot of money and promises from him, because he doesn't care. It's not his money. It's the taxpayers' money. So he can just throw it in the air and to give it to anyone he wants. So we are now in full dictatorship for 7 days at least. You know, if you were looking at the debates yesterday, so the conservative opposition asked him, when are you going to bring this emergency act into the parliament, because you need the approval from parliament and senate? He avoided it. He didn't say not when he's going to bring. He has 7 days, but he didn't say anything. He doesn't care. He thinks that in the next 3-4 days he will handle all of it, and he won't have to bring it to the parliament. So what what does it like? If he won't bring it during these 7 days, if he won't bring it to parliament, it automatically should be revoked. So all the trackers basically have to do is somehow to make it work for these 7 days since he declared it, and then it automatically revokes and he doesn't have any power. Another question, if it's not supported by parliament, this emergency act, but people still got the fines, will the fines be reversed? I sure hope so, because like it's stupid law, stupid grab of power, and I hope he will go home afterwards. But I want everyone to understand, it doesn't matter what party you are affiliated with. It doesn't matter what you believe in, vaccines, anti-vaccines. It doesn't matter. What we could see here, it's just pure dictatorship, pure grab of power for nothing. And, you know, like, it's just crazy. Like, I hope with Canadians, the Canadians that support liberals, I know that some of Canadians that support liberals and the DP already woke up and saying that it's just unacceptable what is going on. But I hope that most of Canadians will wake up and will see where are we heading. If the Prime Minister can invoke Emergency Act just because this is what he wants, despite the opposition of premiers of provinces that represent their provinces. So what does it mean? It means that he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, wherever he wants, and we can't do anything about it. So if you think that it's still democracy, wake up, because it's pure dictatorship, something that he wanted all time long. Well, welcome to China in Canada. Thanks.